Josh recommended me to, well, he actually gifted me Slay the Spire, a game that he's always talking about.
Finally.
And so he wanted me to play it before the podcast so we could talk about what happened.
So what did you think about Slay the Spire?
I liked it was a bit hard for me to wrap my mind around.
Yeah.
I was giving it some grace, obviously, because I know this is a complicated. I could realize this was very, very complicated, but it was simple at the same time.
Right.
So I was just hovering my mouse over everything to like try and read what the different things would be. But I made it through the first thing. I beat the boss.
You beat Act 1?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Which boss did you get for Act 1?
He was like a guard. He was a guy who
he became defensive and then okay, yeah, cool.
So how many acts are there?
3
for each one?
Yeah, it's 3. Then you're done.
Oh my gosh!
So you made it a third of the way through the game.
But then there's another character. There's like a bunch of other.
There's 4 characters total. Yeah, so you can beat the game with all 4 of them. And each time you beat the game,
I thought I was like in the tutorial.
No.
Stage. Oh, geez.
No.
Okay.
No,
wow.
you beat a third of the game.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I felt accomplished. I was like, all right, I don't know.
Yeah. And each time you beat it, it creates a new ascension level that makes the game harder. Okay. And then you can also, there's also an Act 4 that you can do some things while you're in the Acts 1, 2, and 3 that make it a little harder for yourself, but that unlock
more
Act
cards.
4.
Oh, okay.
And that's where you can beat like the final boss. And it's so sometimes you can beat the game, get the new ascension level, and then you just try to beat the final boss and see if you can do it. And it's very difficult. The first time you get there, you're going to be like, this is impossible. But then you get good enough at the game that you realize, oh, you know what? If I get this card and this card, they work really well together.
That's what I was realizing. And I was trying to save I didn't even have full health when I went to the final guy.
Yeah.
But I tried to balance between I had some ridiculous attack cards and I had some ridiculous defend cards.
Yeah.
So I just tried. And then I had one that if you had all your cards as attack card, well, this is what helped me. I wouldn't have been able to do this if I didn't realize this. There was one card that said if you only had attack cards in your hand, that you could play this attack
Clash,
card for
the 0
yeah,
cost
and you could
one?
get like 18 attack.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until a little later on, I was like, oh, that doesn't just mean that hand when I draw 5 cards. That means I can play a defend and still have 4 that are attack, and then that counts.
Exactly. So you play your defend cards first, your skill cards first, then you can play the clash.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, I got this. And then I won after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saved my potions. Generally, I saved the potions until the final guy. I don't even think I used all of them.
Nice. It's so fun hearing you talk about the game. Yeah. I literally other than my children, I've had nobody to talk about this. Well, I guess Kelly at the end of the night. Yeah. At the end of the night, Kelly will be like eating after the kids go to bed, and I'm just sitting there playing Slay the Spire, just like talking to her. Like, oh, look at these options. look at this shop.
But yeah, for the initial run, I was happy I was able to. Like I said, the actual one, I thought that it was the tutorial, so I was like, oh, this is gonna get way harder. But if I already beat a third of the game, okay,
yeah, you did, yeah, and it gets pretty difficult.
I can imagine.
It'll be if you played a lot, it would still be a while before you beat the game one time, but. At the beginning, they don't even give you all the cards. Like you're gonna like level up a few times the more you play, and you'll unlock some new relics or cards. It's basically just giving you the easy stuff first, and then as you learn a little bit, it'll give you the cards that kind of are a little bit more complicated that you sort of would be overwhelming if you saw them for the first time you played.
So are you trying to go through all the characters and beat that, or what are you doing now?
What do I do? Well, right now I'm actually playing as the character, the Ironclad, the one with a lot of block and attack cards. I've just been playing as that one and trying to move up the ascensions. There's 20 ascensions total.
Oh, so if you beat
20 levels of difficulty.
So if you beat all the acts, you can just do it again at harder and harder.
Yeah,
and harder,
you just do it harder. So I'm up to 10 now. I actually just beat 9 last night.
Okay. So that means you've gone through it 9 times.
Yes.
That first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. I think that I'm going to really like that game once I can figure out the cards and all that stuff.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really fun videos on YouTube and stuff. Okay. People saying like, oh, and here's a good deck build. If you get this card, then next time you see this card, get that one. And it's a lot of fun.
And it seems like just a nice, normal, you're not playing online with anybody.
That's right. It's just a couple of guys built this game.
Pretty cool.
Just had a Discord community and just took all kinds of feedback for a year while the game was in beta or whatever. And yeah, I just love it. I'm glad it's fun. It's really fun talking to you about it. Yeah. This was worth $5 or whatever it cost me to get it.
Yeah, no, I'll play it more. We'll talk more.